with the difference between recruitment and selection. First of all, let me give my introduction. This is Shalini Khatwani, graduation in the field of Bachelor of Business Administration, post-graduation in the field of MBA Finance and Marketing from Sri Shankaracharya Group of Institution. Work experience 3 years, worked as an assistant professor in Management and Commerce Department at Kalinga University, Raipur, one of the best private universities of Chhattisgarh, and UgCnet Management. Currently preparing for UgCnet Management. So recruitment, first of all, what is meant by recruitment? Let us focus on that. Okay, firstly I'm going to give you the meaning and briefing about recruitment and selection, then we're going to proceed with the difference, and I'm going to explain you this topic in the most easy language with the more practical examples, so that it will be easy for you to memorize the topic. So let's get started. First of all, what is recruitment? Recruitment is a positive process. It's a positive process because in this process the candidates are given invitation to come and apply in an organization. Very important, it is a positive process. It is a process of inviting a large number of candidates, giving invitation, and it is a process of creation of pool of candidate, creation of pool of candidates. Okay, recruitment is a positive process and searching for a prospective employee. See, for example, there is a designation, there is a vacancy for finance manager. So what does organization do to fill this designation or vacancy? There takes place a recruitment process. Okay, recruitment can take place within the organization and outside the organization. Within the organization, how it will take? Within the organization, basically through transfer or promotion. And external recruitment can take place through advertisement, consultancy. Very important. Nowadays consultancy plays a very important role for recruitment, like naukri.com, monster.com, linkedin.com. These are the websites which are generating jobs to huge number of people. It is a linking between employee and company, or candidate or the company. Advertisement, consultancy, then you have e-portal, then factory gates, online recruitment, etc. Okay, the process of recruitment we're going to study in the next PPT. Okay, so now recruitment is a process of searching for the prospective employee and stimulating them to apply for the job in an organization. See what happens. For one more important thing I'm going to explain you, if large number of people are there, then the selection process becomes good. Why? Because see, they have more option to choose the best. If there are 10 people came for a particular post, for example finance manager, and 100 people for marketing manager, so what will be the condition? In this condition, the selection process will be more good. The best will be selected because there is large number of candidates. So recruitment is a process of inviting huge number of candidates to come and apply for the designation, and we're going to select the best according to our what the designation we want, qualification, experience, ability, work experience. All these things matters a most in selection process. It goes through various steps. Okay, now let us focus on selection. Selection is a process of choosing the best candidate from various candidate. Okay, it's a process of selecting the best candidate, or we basically in selection process the candidate is passed through different tests. What are the different tests the candidate passed through? First of all, there is an online test or aptitude test. Basically this is a process almost applied in all organization, technical, non-technical. Okay, after online there is a GD. After GD there is a PI, personal interview. After personal interview there is telephonic interview. Then there is reference checking. Then there is medical examination. I was placed in Nestle India. I went through this process. Okay, for the sales officer designation. Selection is a process in which candidate for employment are divided into two classes. one, those who are offered employment, and another, those who are not offered employment. Okay, now we'll focus on the difference between recruitment and selection, the most important part of this PPT, that's meaning. What is the meaning of recruitment and what is the meaning of selection? So recruitment is an activity, yes, it's an activity for searching candidate and encouraging them to apply for it. It's a positive process, remember, it's a positive process. Whereas selection is the process of selecting. For example, there is A candidate, B candidate, C candidate, D candidate. I'm going to choose, for example, C. I'm going to choose the best candidate according to education. What is the education he possesses for the designation I want? What are the skills he has? And what is this experience? Very important. Okay, this is the meaning of recruitment versus selection. Now approach. What is the approach? Recruitment has a positive approach, I have told you earlier, because it's a process of inviting a large number of candidates, whereas selection has a negative because it neglects or it rejects the candidate which are not fitted for that particular designation. For example, A, B, C, D. I have chosen only C. That's why I have rejected this. So it's a negative process. Whereas in recruitment, A, B, C, D, E, all are invited. It's a positive process. And selection is a negative process because rejection takes place in this process. Now, objective. What are the objective of recruitment and what is the objective of selection? Let us focus. Recruitment is a process of inviting more and more candidates. Yes, it's a process of inviting a large number of candidates for a vacant post, whereas selection is choosing the best candidate from the many candidates based on the education, very important, experience, skills and talent. These are the four things which are judged in a selection process. What is the education of the candidate? First of all, then what is his experience? Work experience matters a lot for top level designation like board of director, CEO, CFO, MD. Okay, experience matters the most if you are fitting an employee in the top level, as well as if a marketing manager, finance manager, there also designation matters a lot because experience matters a lot for that designation. Okay, what are the skills he is possessing to perform the job, because without the skills he can't perform. He need to possess skills for that particular job. Skills are very predominant part of the job, you know. Talent, what the talent he possesses, talent in the sense what are the extra things he know other than his job. Okay, now key factor. What are the key factor of recruitment and selection? Let us focus. Advertising the job, very important. If you don't advertise the job, then how people will come and apply in your organization? It's very important to promote about there is a vacancy in your organization, very very important. Whereas the approach, the point of this selection is appointment of the candidate. Its a main object is to appoint the candidate for particular designation, and in recruitment the main object is to advertise about the job, to promote that there is a vacancy in XYZ company for this designation, this is the package, etc. Now sequence. What is the sequence? Which process takes place first or second? Okay, now recruitment is done first. Yes, it's very important. Inviting large number of candidates, then selecting the best candidate. That's a common sense. Recruitment takes place first, and after recruitment selection takes place. Okay, now method. What are the methods of recruitment and selection? Recruitment is an economical, it is not costly process, whereas selection is very costly, because in selection process different tests are conducted. For different tests you need to have different softwares. Okay, then you have GD, then you have PI, then you have telephonic, then you have medical, so it's a little bit expensive, whereas recruitment is not so expensive. Purpose. What is the purpose of recruitment and selection? The basic purpose of recruitment is to create a talented pool of candidates. Very important. They want a pool of candidates. Pool means large number of candidates. Okay, to apply for the organization in a particular designation. Whereas selection doesn't focus on creating a pool of candidates. Its main purpose is to select the best candidate from the pool of candidates. Okay. Whereas the purpose of selection, process is to choose the right candidate. Right candidate depends upon what is the education of the candidate, very important. What is the experience he possesses, very important. What is the skill he has for that doing a job. Then talent, what the extra things he knows other than job. Okay, it's a process of choosing the best candidate from various candidates. Now hurdles, what are the hurdles? The candidates have not to cross many hurdles. Yes, in recruitment there are no hurdles. There is no, we can say, online test. Okay, there is no aptitude test or reasoning test. There is no GD, there is no PI. Okay, so there are no hurdles in recruitment. Okay, whereas in selection there are different hurdles, like candidate have to cross screening, then they have to pass through aptitude test, then GD, then PI, then telephonic round, then medical. So it's a very hurdle one process. Selection is very complicated process. Okay, many hurdles have to be crossed in selection. Time consuming, less time is required. Yes, in selection various hurdles, various methods they have to cross, various stages they have to cross. Okay, so it's a very time consuming, selection is very time consuming. First of all, what happens in selection process? Screening, then they have to pass through aptitude test or reasoning test, then there is GD, group discussion, then there is personal interview. And personal interview also, when I was in Nestle, there was a recruitment process taking place in Nestle. There was 2 rounds, the interview with the marketing manager and the interview with the HR interview, and with the head of my department interview, marketing manager. Okay, marketing manager. And then after that there was a telephonic interview, then there was a medical examination. Okay, process, vacancies are notified by the firm through various sources. Yes, various sources are there, advertisement, e-portal, consultancies are there, factory gates are there. Okay, so that application form is available to the candidate easily. Application form is available nowadays. What happens if you want to apply in any company XYZ? For example, now recently I'm trying to apply for Byju's company. So there is an like you go in Google, search it with the Byju's career, then there is a notification and a form is there, online form. You need to write your name, email ID, your work experience, your highest qualification, then your resume, then your mark sheets. So what is this? This is more convenient method. Nowadays most of the big companies are using this method of recruitment. The firm makes applicant pass through various level. Yes, written test, interview, medical test, so on. I have told you earlier also. Sources, what are the sources? Sources of recruitment are internet. Okay, recruitment can take place through internet. Internet is the best medium nowadays for recruitment. Okay, newspaper, magazines, etc., and distribute the form to the candidates so that they can apply easily. In the process of selection, the firm makes sure that candidate pass through various stages. Okay, written test, interview, medical examination, etc. Now, if you like my video, do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.